So, I'm 32 male, and for the longest time, my life was basically two different jobs. My day job was as a data analyst for a logistics company that was actively sucking the soul out of my body. But at night, in the spare bedroom of the apartment I shared with my girlfriend of 5 years, I was building my own company. It was my baby, an AI platform to make supply chain management way more efficient. It was my passion, and it ate up every spare minute and every spare dollar I had. In the beginning, my girlfriend thought it was just a cute little hobby. She bragged her friends about her super smart boyfriend and his little computer project. But that all changed when the hobby started looking like a real business. When I'd skip expensive dinners to work on code, or use my bonus for server space instead of down payment on a house she wanted, her whole attitude soured. The cute comments turned into little digs in front of her family. "Oh, he's still playing with his little project," she'd say with a tight smile. Her brother, who always pretended to be my biggest fan, would join in. "Stick with the sure thing, man," he'd advise, clapping me on the shoulder. "That corporate gig is your golden ticket." The whole thing blew up one Tuesday night. I just gotten a tentative offer from a VC firm. It wasn't a done deal, but it was a real shot, a sign that my years of work weren't a total waste. The only catch was that they wanted me to go full-time. They needed my undivided attention to get the beta version ready for a huge industry conference in 6 months. This was the moment I'd been grinding for. I walked into the living room, heart pounding, feeling like I was about to change our lives forever. She was on the couch, scrolling through her phone, and didn't even look up. I told her everything. The offer, the opportunity, the fact that my dream was finally happening. I explained that I'd have to quit my job. And yeah, money would be tight for a bit, but the potential payoff was life-changing. She finally put her phone down, her face completely blank. "You want to quit your job? Your 6-figure job? For something that might happen?" I tried to explain that it was way past a might now. These are serious people. This is the validation I've been working for. "Validation?" she snapped, her voice getting louder. "What about our life? The house we were saving for? Our future? You're just going to throw that all away for some tech fantasy." The fight got ugly fast. It went from being about money to being about my commitment to her, to how I was selfishly ruining her life plan. And just on cue, her brother, who'd supposedly just dropped by to borrow a hammer, jumped in. "Listen to her, man," he said, wrapping an arm around his sister protectively. "She's just looking out for both of you. This startup stuff is a lottery ticket. Don't throw away a great life for that." Looking at his smug face and her angry, tear-streaked one, it all clicked. They weren't worried about me. They were worried about my stable income disappearing. I was a pillar holding up the comfortable life they both had planned, and I was about to yank it out from under them. My dream wasn't the problem. The risk to their lifestyle was. "I have to do this," I said quietly. "I'll regret it forever if I don't take this shot." She stood up and walked right up to me, her eyes just cold. "Okay," she said, her voice low and sharp. "Here's the choice. It's that pathetic little company, or it's me. You walk out that door to chase this thing. You're walking away from us for good. If you walk away, don't ever come back." I looked at her, then at her brother, who was nodding like a bobblehead. There was no partnership left in her eyes, just an ultimatum. For 5 years, I had loved someone who saw my biggest dream as her biggest inconvenience. So I just nodded, understood. I went to our bedroom, grabbed a duffel bag, and packed my essentials, clothes, my laptop, and the external hard drives that contained my entire project. I didn't say another word. I walked right past both of them, opened the door, and left. The sound of the lock clicking behind me felt like the end of the world, and the beginning of it at the same time. The first few months were hell. I burned through my savings to rent a tiny studio apartment that smelled like mildew and failure. I ate instant noodles on an air mattress and worked until my eyes blurred. The silence from her was complete. I'd blocked her, but I'd still see her pop up on mutual friends' social media feeds. She was always out, smiling, with captions like "living my best life" and "so happy to cut out the dead weight." Each post was a little jab designed to hurt, but honestly, It just made me work harder. Her brother tried a different angle. He'd text me every couple of weeks, playing concerned friend. Hey man, just checking in. You doing okay? Then the probing questions started. So how's the project going? Get any of that investor money yet? His questions were way too specific for a guy who claimed to be clueless about tech. I gave him short, vague answers until he finally gave up. The real nasty stuff started about a month in. I got an email from our old landlord about damages to the apartment. He said the floor of my old office was ruined with scratches and a huge chemical stain and attached pictures. I knew for a fact my desk had protectors on the feet, and I never kept chemicals in there. She was trying to hit me with a multi-$1,000 bill, probably to drain what little money she thought I had left. Luckily, I'm paranoid. I sent him back the timestamp photos. I took the perfectly clean, empty room right before I left. He dropped the claim immediately. Then she called my mom, crying, saying she was so worried I'd had a mental breakdown. My mom, who actually believed in me, saw right through the act and shut it down. The breakthrough came late one night, from months in. I fixed a critical bug that had been plaguing the system, and suddenly, everything worked. The platform's efficiency skyrocketed. I sent the new demo to the VC firm. The next morning, they called me in for a meeting. A week later, the deal was done. The seed money they gave me was more money than I'd ever seen in my life. The first thing I did was hire a small team and get a real office. The second was to have a lawyer make sure every single financial tie to my ex was completely severed. We weren't married, so it was easy, but I wanted a clean slate. My lawyer found out she'd recently tried to add herself back as an authorized user on an old joint credit card we had. The bank denied it, but it just proved she was still trying to find a way to get her hands on my resources. The next 6 months were a whirlwind. We crushed every deadline, and our beta launch at the tech conference was a huge success. We were suddenly the hot new company everyone was talking about. Articles were written. I was on the cover of a trade magazine. My pathetic little project was now a multi-million-dollar company, and I was the CEO. My life changed overnight. I moved into a loft downtown with a killer view. I was still working like crazy, but it was thrilling and right on schedule. The moment the news of my success went public, my phone lit up. First, a text from a random number. Hey, it's me. I saw the article. Wow, I'm so proud of you. I deleted it. A few days later, I know things ended badly, but I miss you. Delete. Then came the voicemails. At first, she was sorry. She'd made a huge mistake. She was scared. She didn't understand. Then she got demanding. We needed to talk. I owed her an explanation. Her brother even showed up at my new office, tried to force his way in to see me, shouting about how I'd forgotten the people who supported me before my security guard politely showed him the door. I thought that would be it, but I was wrong. Last Friday night, my doorbell rang. I checked the security camera on my phone. It was her, dressed up, holding a bottle of wine, a nervous smile plastered on her face. I knew this wouldn't be over until I ended it for good. I opened the door and just stood there. Her smile vanished when she saw my blank expression. Hey, she said, holding up the wine. Can I come in? We really need to talk. No, I said. It wasn't angry or mean, just a fact. We have nothing to talk about. You laid out the terms pretty clearly. Don't ever come back. Remember? The tears started instantly, right on cue. I was wrong, she choked out. I was so scared. I should have believed in you. I love you. I almost laughed. She didn't love me. She loved my old, stable salary. Now she was infatuated with my new success. The guy struggling on the air mattress? She and her brother had nothing but contempt for him. You had your chance to believe in me. I told her. You chose not to. Your choice. But choices have consequences. Please, she begged, don't throw away 5 years. My brother told me how much you were struggling. He was so worried about you. And that was it. That was a lie that sealed her fate. Funny you bring him up, I said, pulling out my phone. I opened an email and held it up so she could see. It was a forwarded pitch deck from a rival VC firm. The pitch was for a revolutionary new logistics platform. It was a clumsy, plagiarized version of my original business plan. The name on the submission? Her Brothers. Your brother didn't just ask questions, I said, watching the blood drain from her face. He went on the old desktop I left in my home office after I moved out. He copied my entire business plan and tried to pitch it himself. He was trying to steal my company. The only reason he failed is that he's too stupid to understand the actual code. She stood there, speechless, her fake tears gone, replaced by pure shock. He wasn't checking on me. I continued, my voice like ice. He was trying to steal from me, and you were trying to bleed me dry with fake damage claims and sob stories. The two of you didn't just doubt me. You actively tried to destroy me, all because you couldn't stand the idea of me succeeding without you. I put my phone away. So no, you can't come in. The man you were with is gone. You two killed him. You wanted a sure thing, a safe bet to fund your life. Go find him. But you will never get another second of my time or another dime of my money. The wine bottle slipped out of her hand and shattered on my doorstep. She didn't even notice. She finally got it. Goodbye, I said, and closed the door in her face. My revenge wasn't the money. It was the peace I felt in that moment. It was knowing I had built a life she could never be a part of simply by taking her at her word.